In the 2000s, Iran aggressively pursued its nuclear enrichment program, drawing global attention and concerns about potential military applications. The Natanz enrichment facility, home to numerous high-speed centrifuges for uranium enrichment, became a focal point of international scrutiny and formed the core of Iran's nuclear program. To avoid direct military conflict while simultaneously slowing Iran's nuclear progress, some countries sought unconventional interventions, laying the groundwork for the later Stuxnet incident. Around 2006 to 2007, the United States and Israel secretly collaborated on a highly classified operation codenamed Operation Olympic Games. Unlike traditional military strikes, this operation aimed to sabotage Iranian nuclear facilities via cyber means to prevent war or large-scale geopolitical conflict. The two countries invested top talent and significant resources in developing a malicious program capable of infiltrating Iranian isolated networks and even operating industrial equipment. This was the infamous Stuxnet. Stuxnet's complexity far exceeded that of conventional malware, and it was widely believed that only a nation-state could have developed it. It utilized several previously undisclosed zero-day vulnerabilities, enabling it to infect Windows systems, bypass security tools, and precisely identify specific models of industrial control equipment. More importantly, it could forge monitoring data, making control room engineers believe the equipment was operating normally while secretly manipulating the centrifuge speeds. This stealthy design, capable of influencing the real physical environment, made Stuxnet a milestone in the field of cyber weapons. Iran's nuclear facilities were physically isolated from the external network, seemingly impenetrable. However, attackers successfully introduced Stuxnet into the isolated network by infecting contractor computers and using USB drives unintentionally brought in. The malicious code lurked and spread within the internal system, gradually infiltrating the industrial control system that controlled the centrifuges. Ultimately, it reached the core area, waiting for devices meeting specific conditions to appear, preparing for its next act of sabotage. Once Stuxnet entered the target system, it did not immediately cause damage. Instead, it slowly manipulated the centrifuges in an extremely stealthy manner, repeatedly switching them between high and low speeds, causing long-term mechanical fatigue and gradually damaging the equipment. Simultaneously, Stuxnet would send forged, seemingly normal data back to monitoring systems, making it difficult for engineers to detect anomalies. After months of operation, hundreds of centrifuges in Iran were damaged, and the cause remained unidentified for a long time. This invisible sabotage was unprecedented in the history of cyber attacks. Originally designed to attack only specific targets, Stuxnet, in 2010, due to some uncontrolled propagation mechanism or programming flaws, unexpectedly spread to ordinary computers worldwide. Security companies, analyzing samples, were shocked to discover that Stuxnet's structural complexity far exceeded the capabilities of hacker groups, resembling a national project. As more technical details were exposed, the world realized for the first time that cyber attacks could not only paralyze computer systems but also directly damage critical infrastructure in the real world. The exposure of Stuxnet marked the official beginning of a new era of cyber warfare. It proved that malicious programs could disrupt important infrastructure such as power plants, water treatment plants, transportation systems, and factories, becoming a new form of strategic weapon. Following the incident, major countries around the world rapidly strengthened their cyber forces, and the security of industrial control systems became a global focus. Stuxnet made the world realize that war is no longer limited to traditional weapons. Code can also be a weapon. This change has profoundly impacted the cybersecurity landscape for decades to come.